much for this warm welcome.
תודה חברים.
I'm very proud to be here now to share with you some insights about our chatbot that we've launched some weeks ago. I'm here from Helvetia. Helvetia is a Swiss insurance company, and as you see, we are started since 160 years, and we are very proud to have a customer base with around 5 million people. And now we are on a trip with this chatbot revolution, and we have a special view perhaps on this thing, because from our point of view, our normal customers are still calling us normal by phone calls and going to our sales agents and asking for services. But we really believe that voice and text chats will be soon the preferred communication channel of our customers. What I would like to add here is that we have our own insights already with this normal chat interaction, and this normal human chat is costing us much more effort to provide the same service to our customers instead of phone calls. So therefore it's really like an obligation for us to automate this kind of communication. Otherwise we would have to spend much more money for that. And I think in this market, of course, a lot of insurtechs are already there working. It will be a significant cognitive disadvantage if you're not able to automate this kind of conversations. It was really great when I was attending to the last Chatbot Summit already in Berlin, and I've heard very often one phrase. It was, well, it's very hard to find the right use case. And a lot of startups are struggling on that, but I'll be honest, when you work in an insurance company, you're facing a lot of use cases that would be able to solve by chatbots. And therefore, now I'm out of my concept. No, no problem. No, but what is really important with that is that the reason why it is like that, why chatbot revolutions really has a big impact on insurance companies, is that it's not really, at the moment, it's not really a nice interaction to have contact with an insurance. You know, all the time, you know it better than me perhaps, it's a lot of paperwork and mostly very complicated to interact with an insurance company. And chatbots can really make a change in that. Because you have to be easy in your way how you communicate with your customer. And this leads us to our first prototype that we've launched in March, I think, March 2017. And it was a very easy prototype. We just only rewrote messages to our customers via SMS, text messages, and just informed them that their contract will expire within the next month. And as you see here with these numbers, well, it's not working. You see this behind me, the response rate of the second release and the first release also was around 50%. So we wrote a message, and 50% of the customers answered that. And then this simple chatbot, which was only able to, was not a technology approach, was very only able to answer with yes, to react on yes and no answers of the customers. But this very easy chatbot was able to convert 41% of all the responses to a new contract for another 5 years. We're talking here about household insurance, and as you see here on this screenshot, the highest amount of a premium was almost $900 per year, and they concluded contracts for another 5 years. So it was a very easy approach for us to find out that the customers, they are really ready for that. They really like to have text interactions with a company like an insurance company and start with these transactions. And what I also want to add is the simple text chats are really creating a value for the customer, because normally there's coming the sales agent or somebody like that coming to you and talking with you about your risks, and now this text message is doing that for you, and it's very easy for you to handle this, so it really creates value. And now we launched, now I think it's 3 weeks ago, something just before Christmas. No, it's a little longer. We've launched a first chatbot over Facebook Messenger, and this chatbot has only one one special use case that he's solving is for bicycle thefts. So just only asking, we are here, Helvetia Insurance, you can text a message to us on Facebook. It's running only in the German language in the very beginning. And this now is running like that, and if you have a bicycle theft, you can go through the whole process. And this is now for us the attempt to open up the market for normal customers. When I'm looking here in this great place here, I'm seeing a lot of people who have a lot of insights about chatbot and IT technologies, but normal customers don't have that. They have no experience with using a chatbot. In Switzerland it is like that. Perhaps in other countries it's a little different already. So, but we have to try to open up this market and to provide very easy services to our customers. And therefore we've launched this, and this use case is taking only 90 seconds for a customer to start the conversation and to finalize everything. And I would like to guide you through that conversation. So even it's in German, but I will tell you something how it looks like. So you're here on the website of Helvetia, and you're clicking on this easy button, and then you're guided to the Helvetia Facebook page, and then when you use Messenger, it looks like that. And we just ask the first question: how can we help you? And if the customer is typing something like, well, my bicycle is stolen, or something like that, the chatbot will go on. And if the customer would type something else like, well, how to buy a life insurance at Helvetia, we will bring him to the normal standard process, and a service agent will take over the conversation. So, and if it's running through, we start with an identification process. Also very simplified. We had to redesign this process completely, because when you have a normal process in an insurance company, it's very complex. But for a chatbot, and you give this in the hand of the customer, it may not be complex, it should be easy. So we started this prototype just only with an identification over Facebook name and birthday. And even we also used the policy number, if this wouldn't work like that. So the customer is typing here the policy number, 4.00XX. And then we've already identified the customer. And it goes on, and we're starting now, after the customer is identified, we start with the coverage check. So we go on and ask which date the bicycle was stolen. In this case, it was 9th of January. And we ask whether it was stolen at home or on another place. And this is, therefore, it's important to check what the risks are covered in your insurance contract, and what is your risk, what you had. Okay, and then we ask the customer for reporting this bicycle theft to the police. And we're providing him just a small picture of Google Maps to see what is the next police station to this living address, just to ask him to go there, to create a little pressure on all these guys who are catching up bicycles from others. And after this is gone, we're starting with the claim, with the calculation of the value of the claim. So we ask what kind of bicycle it was, and what was the value of the bicycle. We ask the customer. We really changed that. Normally we are calculating this, so we ask the customer, what would be the value of the bicycle? And if he goes on, he's typing here 499 Swiss francs. We have another questions just for validations. We're checking some things, and then we are providing him the amount which we would provide him for this claim. And then he has to accept it, or he don't accept it. And if he accepts it, we ask him for the bank details. We also track the data from our side, bring him up to Facebook Messenger to the customer. And if he says, okay, now in this case he said, no, it's not my data, he entered a new IBAN number, and then we said, okay, it's now this bank, we'll make a validation of that, and everything is all right, then okay, and the process is done. In this specific case, it has taken 2 minutes for the customer to do all this. And then the process is very as usual, so we are giving the data further, and everything is processed behind in a usual way. So everything is finished for the customer. So as you see, we really believe that with that, we can really create a new experience for the customer. We would like to create the customers like a small movement in the head that this is bringing me some benefits instead of the normal processes. And but then we had to challenge one other question. One important question is how to tell our customers how this would work and what this chatbot service is about, because nobody knows what it is. And I had in my mind a keynote from Shoaf from the last Chatbot Summit in Berlin, and he expected, and he showed this slide this morning, I've seen it. He said that he's expecting that corporates like Helvetia company will start with advertising for chatbots, just only to create something like a special unique selling proposition. And therefore I thought, well, let's try to create a small, easy YouTube video and explain what we are doing and why the customer should use it. And I would like to show it to you. Hope you enjoy it. Oh no, it's not working. Could you please start it?
Your bicycle has been stolen. This is how it usually goes. You look for the file. Leaf through it for a while. Find your policy and call us. Then it takes just a moment to be connected to the right person, and Helvetia can then note your claim. It may be necessary to ask another question or provide further information, and a short time later, your inquiry has been processed and dealt with. So far so good, you might say. But what about this? You open the Messages app on your smartphone. Start a chat with Helvetia. Exchange a few messages. And your inquiry is immediately settled. Better, don't you think?
Simple, clear, Helvetia.
Okay, this was our journey about chatbots, so far as we are now, and yeah, we would like to go on with that and catching up more and more experience on that, creating good services, good chatbots with specific use case. This is now at the moment our approach to create real benefit to our customers. And I would be happy to share with you some other insights, perhaps next Chatbot Summit or another possibility, and would like to meet you later here for discussions, and wish you a good time and a nice summit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.